Can't really see in there. Yeah, this thing's a buddy right up against that square metal bit. So I'm gonna do is measure the width of this, and we're gonna cut that out. Alright? Out of the front, right there. Okay? Sounds like a plan. That's coming up next. Alright, I'm just gonna eyeball this. Got the marker. We're gonna take off. Don't need all of it taken off. I'm gonna take off this much and this much. 'Cause it ain't gotta be perfect. And we'll make a straight line down to there. Close enough. Devil's always in the details later on. Something like that much. This is going to be the hard cut right there because that's on the radius. And I hate cutting on the radius. I don't even know if you guys even saw that, but yeah, this bit's on the radius. So that's going to be the hardest part to cut. I'm going to cut in this way, this way.
It starts with John.
Then I'll cut the radius. Right? Sounds like a plan.
Get out of the way! You won't fight! Slower traffic, keep right! The quickest serenity, the gas pedals all!
And we're getting there. Yes, we're getting there. Got a tape measure at the ready. I'm gonna put hole there and hole there. Alright. Got hardware. 420. I think midway is going to be just fine. Fine. That clears a little farther in. That looks good. Right there. It ain't got to be perfect.
Get out of the way, you little punk! The brick is your enemy! The gas pedals y'all! Cutting hard, we're sucking pain. 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 Stop! Shakti-ni. Shakti-ni. Shakti-ni.
We're definitely getting somewhere. Everything goes in. That these can come out like so. Yeah. Probably that's about there. Glass will go down there. It'll rest on those. So all I need is the piece that goes across. I was actually thinking about, using this. Score it with the knife, break it, cut it. Well, yeah, score it with the knife, cut it with the knife, cut it, break it. Drill some holes. That goes there. Yeah. So how much of this do I really need? Only about yay much. Just somewhere in there. Yes, well, we're gonna go with the longest line. Well, one of the highest up, because I can always reduce it. Yeah. All right. Back side of this guy. Somewhere like that. So that is pretty deep. Yeah. Get stuck right there. There we go. Hey, look at that. That will work. Yeah. Cardboard box will work, right? Put some crud on the box. Yeah. See? Give a crap about you, box. We'll do the same thing here. Goes like that. Other way. Your other way, Jimmy. Yeah, see? Right on. And not quite so right on. That's not good. Stretch, Jimmy. There we go. Stretch, Jimmy. Hey, look at that. This is not the one I cut. This is a separate one. And looky what we have here. Brand new filter lens. Weld coat. Safety. Shade 11. That's normally what I run on my helmet. Yep. So it will need washers, because otherwise it pulls this away from that, and it wants to kind of bend like that. So I'm thinking a washer's going to sit flat on it, or maybe a piece of metal. I think a piece of metal. All right, everybody, back at the shop. It's another day. working on the welding thing for this thing. And you know, when you go to bed at night, you got a perplexing problem. Sometimes you wake up the next day and go, oh, I got a great idea. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. Got this big giant chunk of rubber. It's kind of filthy, but I'm going to cut a piece of this rubber off, probably about, I'd say 1/4 of an inch, right? Because I went and said, look, that piece of rubber is damn near the right size. What I'm going to do is cut the strip off, because I was having the problem of when I go to screw these down, that the thing wants to kind of, when you put the plate in, this bottom kind of kinks down and does this number, and the glass wants to kind of kick that way and be at an awkward angle. So I was like, all I need to do is just shim under here, keep it, and that'll make it level. And it's not more than 1/4 of an inch. Let me get to the glass. See what the glass and the protecting film is damn near 1/4 of an inch. So that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna get the cutting, and then I'm gonna hook this thing all together, and hopefully it'll work. The glass is straight, just like that, right? Pretty cool. I was gonna make a metal plate for this piece down here, but I'm like, once I thought of this, I was like, no, I don't need the metal plate. This just holds it, pinches it in, good to go. This piece is kind of curved, so that's nice. If it was a metal plate, it probably wouldn't fit so good, but having this bend a little bit puts a little bit of extra pressure on it. It is filming. All right, we're going to try some more test welding. My head is not cooking as you guys are, but like I said, I'm just going to try with the GoPro, because I know that the GoPro does weird things. Enough power, I'm going to have to crank it up. This piece of metal is really thick. bad. I'm going to bring the welding bead closer to the camera now. Back on the flat. See my face. As soon as I can pull you off the rig. There we go. Alright, this is how close I have the rig to the welding piece. That's not very far away. But I figure my face is pretty much here when I'm welding. So pretty close. Yeah. Maybe too close. We'll find out what it looks like, right? Cool. Yeehaw. I am not your father, Luke. Well, hey everybody, it's the end of the video. How about those results? I was blown away. I could not believe it. An action camera filming some welding. It's really weird that it has to be so close, but if it's too close, it's blurry. So there's a fine line with an action camera. Too far away, it looks like it's a million miles away. But that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this build. And I actually made an action camera, filmed some welding, filmed the bead. That's pretty neat. As for that, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like content like this, please remember to hit that like, subscribe button, and the notification button so I can give you more. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed it. And remember, if you can dream it, you can build it. And remember, make the most of your day. Until next time. Later. Y'all.